Hello, hello. Hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Sunday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Welcome. Good to see you. So, I just posted a pretty decent reel for you guys, a little depth smash I hadn't done for a minute. So, hopefully, you enjoy it. I am in gear, I'm in costume. That's funny. But how am I doing on lighting? I feel like I'm always, but you know what? I moved the light and I feel really good about that because I moved the light. So, anyway, I digress. You guys know I digress. Anyway, let's get started. So, I don't think any of you are strangers to tough times, rough times, difficult times, and problems situations, right? I don't think anybody of my audience, anybody out there is like, no, I've never had an issue. I've never been in trouble or I've never had any problems. But sometimes, have you found in life that sometimes you yourself make the bigger much larger than it really is? Have you ever noticed that? Kind of don't like admitting this stuff, but I gotta admit to that. There have been occasions where I have made the problem much bigger than it really was. And when it got solved and resolved, if you would, then it was like, I didn't think it was going to be this fast, this quick. Well, let me give you a little story, and maybe this can help you out. As you're joining me live, let me know you are here. You got to comment for me to know you are here. So that kind of will help. Anyway, let me get started with the story. So the story goes as such. One day, a bus driver pulls up to a station and pops the door open, comes in this big muscular dude. I mean, this guy was ripped solid, looked like a bodybuilder. This guy looked like he could move a mountain. This guy comes up, boom, boom, arms larger than my legs, which is really not that of a challenge, but arms larger than my thighs, and this guy just yoked, right? And looks at the bus driver who's like a little guy, like 5'3", weighs 120 pounds, just scrawny little kid. Looks at the bus driver and says, Johnny don't need to pay. Just kind of walks towards the middle of the bus and sits down. And kind of first day, the bus driver is like, catches himself, is like, what? June, what's going on? The bus driver is kind of caught by surprise and is all like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna let this guy like pass. Like, as you're joining me live, let me know you're here. You gotta comment in order for me to know you're here. So Daisy, what's going on? Welcome. First time. I appreciate that. Welcome. So the bus driver is like, I'm gonna let this go the first day. The next day, the bus driver pulls up to the same stop, and this guy comes in again, yoked out, big, monster of a guy, looks at the bus driver and says, Johnny don't need to pay, and kind of goes back to the same spot and sits down. Well, this kind of happens like day in, day out. After a couple of weeks, the bus driver is like getting ticked off, right? The bus drivers are like, I can't sleep at night. I keep thinking about this guy for the next day. So, glow, what's going on? So he goes, all right, you know what? He starts to take bodybuilding building classes, judo classes, boxing. He just starts training, taking supplements and putting on some weight and getting real strong. In fact, just in a few months, he feels really good about himself, right? He feels strong. He feels like, solid, right? So Monday comes, he pulls up to this stop, and sure enough, this yoked guy, gets on the bus again and looks at the bus driver and says, "Johnny don't need to pay." Well, the bus driver was so just full of it, right? He stands up with rage and anger and just screams out, "And why not?" And Johnny, this big guy, is caught by surprise and pulls back and says, kind of catches himself and says, "Because Johnny has a bus pass." And the bus driver says, "Oh," and sits down. Moral of the story, sometimes problems look so much larger than they really are, and we literally over exaggerate and overthink the solution. And the solution may be right there in front of you, but we have a tendency to overcomplicate things. And I know someone like this very close to me that has a PhD, a master's in overthinking and complicating things. I don't know if you know anybody like that, or maybe you are like that. But if you are like that, I would highly recommend you loosen it up just a bit and yeah, evaluate the problem, look at all possible solutions if you would. You don't want to jump into the worst conclusion and therefore go the hardest for a solution that could be like right in front of you. And you don't have to go to bodybuilding classes, although it may be good for, all that stuff to get strong and all that. But and then that, the problems may be not as big as you and I make them to be. So, with that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. Tomorrow, I'll be announcing my guest for Thursdays with Sean for this coming Thursday. Buckle up, folks. I'm telling you, I'm bringing some gangster guests. So, buckle up for this one. She gave you a hint, is going to blow your mind. So, with that, drop one takeaway from this live down in the comments below. Let this feed grow. I appreciate you guys, especially Daisy, for joining me the first time. Hopefully, it won't be the last time. And with that, if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love, tag a couple people if you would. And I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.